Hello, everybody, and welcome back to this week's episode of EOP. Thanks so much for joining us.
The long work week has finally come to an end, and fall is finally here, and I am just so excited to finally bring out the hot apple cider, sweaters, pumpkin-scented candles, and just relax, you know? Well, and also, I forgot to mention, I only have flip-flops right now.
Oh.
So I need to go to the mall and buy a couple boots. Just something to be appropriate for the chilly weather because I literally only have flip-flops right now. So, yeah.
I must say, fall is probably my favorite season just because of all the seasonal activities, you know, going to a pumpkin patch, carving jack-o'-lanterns, all of that, plus the fall fashion that's going to be coming in. I love it all. And the candles and I don't know. I just love fall.
On the top of my mind right now, I can think of a bubble bath with the, vanilla sugar cookie candles or the pumpkin scented candles just on every corner and just relax.
Me and my roommates just decorate our apartment for Halloween. It's a little early, but it's so cute. And I've been looking forward to doing that since we came back to school, honestly.
Oh my goodness. Well, speaking of fall activities to do, Pittsburgh is full of them. There is actually a farmer's market that just came around, and it's happening until the last week in October. It's from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., every Thursday, and I decided to stop by. I got these wonderful Concord grapes. We can snack on them after the show a little bit. And I also got this caramel rainbow popcorn. There's also so many baked goods, fresh vegetables and fruits. There's live music from 11:30 a.m. until 1:30 p.m. It's filled with so many good aromas, and it's definitely a spot you want to check out. Also, there is a pop-up teaching kitchen that is open to the public. It was actually first stationed in Village Park at Point Park. It teaches anyone who comes how to make simple, on-the-go, nutritious treats. Have you ever been there?
I have not, but I saw it the other day, and I was so confused because, normally it's your typical cab events where there's the big tents, and I was like, what is that? And I kind of walked past it, and it looked so cool, especially since we go to such a small school with limited food options.
Yeah.
I think that's really nice for them to have something like that there.
It's so cool. And I actually got a chance to talk to Point Park's culinary dietitian, Marissa Grant, and she says that she is so happy that this is upcoming. She hopes to have multiple events per month, and this time they actually made pumpkin energy bites. So fresh into fall, how good is that?
Yeah,
oh my goodness,
love
no,
that.
but they look so scrumptious. I just wanted to eat all of them. Obviously I couldn't. But no, they looked really good, and I really want to stop by there.
Yeah, it sounds really good.
Yeah.
Well, along with fall time, if you did not know, The Lion King has been going on at the Benedum Theater, which I have not seen it myself, which maybe I should, because it is going to be your last chance to see it until this Sunday, because it is going to be leaving Pittsburgh and continuing its tour. And something else that's really cool, we're going to be having an interview coming up on our next episode with Jordan Samuels. And if you guys don't know who that is, he is a star. He has been on national tours, Broadway shows. Marley, tell us about it.
Yes, so Jordan Samuels is definitely one you want to keep your eye on, and I am so excited to. He's actually going to be here in the studio for us to talk about his experience. He is a huge dancer, and along with all the Broadway productions that Sarah Ray mentioned, he was actually a dancer in Isn't It Romantic, which stars Rebel Wilson. So he is pretty big.
Yeah.
But he seems like a really great guy and very, very talented.
Yeah, I'm excited to have him on our show.
Me too. Now, before the break, we have a story on Takashi's 6ix9ine trial from our reporter, Trisha. So she's going to tell us a little bit about that.
This week, we get a final look at Takashi 6ix9ine's witness testimony from federal court. After a sweeping 3-day trial, Danielle Hernandez, or most commonly known as Takashi 6ix9ine, testified against his former gang, the 9 Trey Bloods. 6ix9ine agreed to act as a government informant for federal prosecutors in order to reduce his 47-year sentence. It all started in 2018 when the 23-year-old Brooklyn rapper rose to instant fame after the release of his chart-topping singles Gummo and Kuda. The lyrics and music videos from those songs were then used as evidence in last week's trial against the gang. The federal court arrested the rapper and his fellow gang affiliates in November of 2018 for racketeering and firearm possession charges. Surveillance footage places the rainbow-haired rapper at the scene of a series of armed robberies throughout the New York City area. A month prior to this, he was sentenced to a 4-year probation for a sex video case and has been in New York City County Jail since. During his testimony, the rapper revealed information regarding to the inner workings of the gang 9 Trey Bloods. He admitted to financially funding the gang's criminal activities and also identified several members of the gang who were then later arrested. 6ix9ine rejected witness protection in favor of 24/7 security for the remainder of the trial.
We have to go to a quick break, but stay tuned. We have an exclusive interview that you will only see here on EOP about a 9-year-old girl with psychic abilities, and how her time on A&E's show Psychic Kids changed her life.
Go. Go to our new website, uview.plainpark.edu. Go, 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 go.
Join UView and find your herd.
Be like, join EOP. And 3, 2, join EOP.
I was just saying, grab them now, or else I can.
Yeah.
Join on point with politics. 3, 2, 1.
Join Pioneer Sideline.
Loneliest number that you'll ever do.
Welcome back to EOP. We have an exclusive EOP interview coming up, but first we have our EOP reporter Simone Hardy giving us all the scrumptious details on a fall-inspired event right here in Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh is going to kick off fall in style with Pumpkin Fest at Southern Tier Brewing Company on the North Shore this weekend. The Facebook page for the event mentions the activities start early at 10 a.m. on Saturday, the 28th, with axe throwing and continue well into the afternoon with sports, music, and of course, pumpkin beer. Any fall lovers with a sweet tooth will want to join Pittsburgh's Hard Cider and Donut Festival. Coming up on Saturday, October 5th, the celebration starts at 3 p.m. According to the event's Facebook page, registration for the event is on East Carson Street at Steel Cactus. The event is likely to take over the South Side considering the 8 participating venues. The venues involved include Mario's, Carson City Saloon, and of course, Peace, Love, and Little Donuts. The Facebook page details that there is not going to be only premium hard cider, but at least 2,000 donuts. Penn Brewery will be continuing into the second weekend of their Oktoberfest celebration this weekend as well. The lineup for the weekend includes classic German beers and obviously pretzels. Visit Pittsburgh's website will also mentions there will be plenty of music and opportunities for dancing. Pittsburghers are ready for fall and definitely show that this weekend.
Axe throwing, pumpkin beer, oh my goodness. That is definitely an event that you do not want to miss. I am serious. Okay, I have always wanted to do axe throwing. I just feel like it's such a good stress reliever.
Right.
And even if it's just, I don't know, you want to do it for fun. You want to see what your aim is, you know?
Right.
You know?
And it's like the South Side is already a scene in itself. You know, the
Yeah.
clubs, the food, all the people that are always there. And it's like adding this very cute, fall activities will be so much fun. I'll have to go myself.
Exactly.
And how many donuts did you say again?
2,000 donuts.
That's
I'll be surprised if they
insane.
run out, honestly.
2,000. Oh my goodness. And even, it could be a date night, a fun evening out with friends. If you just want to go with the whole family, it's definitely something fit for everybody.
Of course,
Yeah.
of course. All the different activities, it should be a great time.
Well, thanks, Simone, for that. If you're looking for a night on the town full of art, dancing, and entertainment, our reporter Lindsay Carson has a spot for you.
The quarterly festival known as the Pittsburgh Cultural Trust Gallery Crawl will be happening this Friday, September 27th, starting at 5:30 p.m. According to Pittsburgh's Cultural Trust's website, the Gallery Crawl is a free event that has multiple venues and features many different types of art installments. 14 blocks of downtown Pittsburgh will be filled with visual art exhibits, live music, theater performances, dance performances, film screenings, as well as hands-on crafts. This quarter's features events are the Boat Trip, Mutant Media, Los Trumpos, and the World Market. However, Gallery Crawl has a total of over 30 events for crawlers to choose from. Point Park University students got a sneak peek of one of the exhibits earlier this week. Visit Pittsburgh is doing a pull-up-a-chair exhibit where they paint giant chairs and park them in various locations downtown. On Wednesday, September 25th, one of those chairs was temporarily placed in Village Park. Pictures of students sitting in the large seat are featured on Point Park's Instagram. According to Visit Pittsburgh, these chairs will be auctioned off at a local charity event in 2020, so keep an eye out for that. For people looking to visit the Gallery Crawl, a list of all the events will be on the website. A list of all the events that will be there, as well as a map of where they will be located, can be found on Pittsburgh Cultural Trust's website.
I saw the huge chair in Village Park, and everyone was taking their pictures on it. Very unique.
I'm really excited for that chair exhibit. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's going to be all over downtown. They're going to have multiple chairs, and then sometime in 2020, they're auctioning them off for a charity. So I think that's really cool. Yeah.
I've never been to the Gallery Crawl.
Me neither. The fact that it's free, though.
Yeah. And that's the thing with all, a majority of these events, they are free. Pittsburgh offers a lot of free open events that are really good for fall time too. But I love walking through downtown Pittsburgh and getting to hear live music and just art in general, and there's some theatrical performances there too, so it's going to be a sight to see. Yeah. Well, we have to go to a very quick break, but stay tuned. When we come back, we'll show you an exclusive interview that you will only see here on Entertainment on Point about a 9-year-old girl with some pretty special gifts of psychic abilities. You'll learn firsthand about her experience on A&E's Psychic Kids. Stay tuned.
What's one word to describe CAB?
Welcoming.
Community.
Creative.
Experiences.
Family. Openness.
Pineapple.
The Campus Activities Board is a student-run organization that consists of 7 different committees. Each focuses on event planning, marketing, and administrative activities. Join us in organizing the juiciest events on campus, from late-night bingo to festive dances to our team bonding meetings. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Point Park Cap, or like us on Facebook at Campus Activities Board at Point Park University.
Good evening and welcome to Newsnight. I'm Josh Troop alongside Jess Paterchak.
Defending his decision to kick out 15 Cuban diplomats from the United States.
Thanks, Allison. Fitness on Demand has returned to Point Park.
Residents fear that Mount Agung will have a repeat of 1963's eruption.
2-star NFL quarterbacks made the headlines this week after wrapping up.
Thank you so much for joining us this evening. That's your news tonight. For Nick Tomarello, I'm Alex Grubbs. Have a great night.
Thanks so much for tuning in to Entertainment on Point. We have an exclusive interview with A&E's Psychic Kids, Kendyl Pekarik, joined by her mom, Denise, today. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining Entertainment on Point. We are so excited for you guys to be here. Now, I want to jump right into this interview. Kendall, I need to talk to you a little bit about your time on the show. Now, if you guys don't already know, Kendall has many gifts that Denise and you guys are so proud to have. How did you use those throughout the show?
Well, I used my gifts to tune in, to figure out where things were leading me, like if the spirits wanted me to go here or there.
Yeah, and we were talking a little bit about the firefighter scene where you went down to an abandoned basement and you had to kind of just sense the details about what you were feeling and everything. And correct me if I'm wrong, but they didn't tell you any information prior to you going down, right?
No, nothing.
Yeah, so explain that. Like from right where you went down, you said you could already feel something as you were going down the steps.
Yeah, I felt like I was going to fall down when I was on the stairs. And then I started picking up something about like a teenage boy when I went down.
Yeah. And what about the teenage boy?
Well, he had like blonde hair and blue eyes, and he wanted to come home and tell his parents or whoever was waiting for him something good that he did.
You said a detail that kind of startled them, and he ended up falling down the stairs. What was that about?
Well, I was heading down the basement stairs, and I felt that somebody fell down the stairs.
Because your knees hurt.
Yeah, because my knees hurt.
Yeah. And, you talk about how before, you went down to the basement, you have to open your channel at first. So for viewers at home who might not know what that means, tell them in your own words, like, how you open your channel, like what steps you have to go through for that.
Well, I kind of feel like a vibration on top of my head, and then I pull up, and then I wait and I ask questions, and for example, where am I going? And then like something will come down, it's like a tube. Something will come down the tube and come into my head.
You weren't really comfortable, when you were younger, experiencing your gifts and exercising them, even talking about them. And ever since the show aired, you're a whole new person. Talk about that. And your reaction to basically seeing your daughter as a brand new person.
She is, it's absolutely a brand new person. Not the same person. Last year, she didn't even participate in recess. She would stay inside and help the teacher. She didn't want any parts of any activities outside school. She was pretty much an introvert at that point. And ever since the show aired, she has totally had her life back. She talks about it freely to anyone, her gifts to anyone. She has joined a sport. Pretty amazing.
What's that sport?
Soccer.
She loves soccer. Oh my goodness, that is so great. You're getting out there, and the most important thing is you're becoming so much more confident in yourself, and these amazing gifts to go along with it. That's amazing. You mentioned a dream. It's called a premonition, premonition dream. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, a premonition is when I'm sleeping, I have a dream of someone falling, and then I went to school the next morning, and it was at recess, and I saw a boy fall, and it was the same exact dream I had.
And you mentioned a specific detail about the people who helped them. They were wearing some kind of
different colored shirts.
In your dream, you saw that, and you saw the exact same thing in real life happen with multicolored shirts as well.
She came home from school and she was telling me about this situation that someone fell and that they had all these different colored t-shirts on, and they all gathered around this person. And she said, and then it happened. And I said, what did you say? She said, and then it happened.
Yeah. Wow.
So I'm just adding them to her list.
Yeah. just adding them to the list. So on the show, what were the biggest takeaways that you got from your mentors?
Getting to understand my gifts and not be scared.
Yeah, because they went through it as well when they were
Yes.
younger. You were talking about Reiki classes. What do you do for that?
Well, for me, there's so many there's so many different ways like to start up your Reiki. For me, I just rub my hands together and I say Reiki either out loud or in my head 3 times, and then I work on I do each position for like a minute, and then I move on to the next position.
And the positions, are they the chakras?
It's all over your body. She just kind of feels around she'll feel a vibration or feel heat. And that's
how I know that
where they would need
hurts.
the energy healing.
And then I lay my hands on it, and then it warms it, and then it like heals it.
So when you physically hurt, when your knee physically hurts, that's what Reiki cleansing is. You kind of decompress, and
it's like a healing energy.
It's a healing
And
energy.
Mom said that I do a great job with doing Reiki and picking up all of her like symptoms of where she hurts.
Oh my goodness. So if you're aching, you go to her and she's able to pick that up.
Mm-hmm. She actually sent you some Reiki the other day.
Thank you.
After we got off the phone with you and you said you were sick.
Yes.
And she said, Mom, did you ever ask Marley if she
goodness.
if she
Kendall,
felt
thank
better?
you so much. Well, you actually mentioned that. You were like, I'm going to have Kendall send you some Reiki and you will be good to go. And I was like, oh my goodness, please, please, Kendall, I need this. Well, actually, that was the quickest I've ever gotten over sickness. Just a weekend. So, Kendall, thank you. Thank you. Another scene in Kendall's part of Psychic Kids was she showed one of your mentors a drawing that you had drawn about, can you explain that? Was it a woman dripping in blood or something like that?
It was like bullet holes, and she had like a white dress and then blurry, and she had no feet.
No feet?
No feet.
And no eyes?
No eyes. It was like a black hole in space, but it didn't have those color streaks in it. It was just black.
Mm-hmm. And did you see that when you were physically awake but in your subconscious, or was that when you were sleeping or completely awake? Subconscious.
She kind of, I don't want to say astral project out of your body, but she's downstairs. She's asleep. And that's a lot of the times when they'll come to her because she doesn't have any control to say no.
Yeah.
And then I go into like the subconscious state, and then
and then they communicate.
Yeah. So they communicate with you. Oh my goodness. And when they ask you or kind of, nudge to say, bring me to the light or something, you can't do that.
I'm too young.
You're too young to do that. And you said Perry or one of your mentors told you to stay away from that.
It's like a light, a moth being attracted to a light bulb. Once you turn on that light, they'll all come. And she's just too young to deal with. She's just learning how to do her gifts, so she's a little bit too young to start that.
And, for the viewers at home and people who really don't have enough background information about your gifts, and they call it fake, or they call it, oh, that's staged. What do you have to say to that?
Well, they have their opinions, and I have my opinion.
I guess everyone is entitled to their opinion, but when you see your child going through all of this and they're so terrified, you have to believe them.
Yeah. Because Kendall,
I
you're the one who goes through it.
Yeah, you don't want to dismiss it.
And is that why you kind of didn't talk about it for so long?
Yeah, because I thought people were going to make fun of me.
You're scared, which is, natural. But now, seeing all the positive reactions, you were telling me about in class, everyone was like, read me, stuff like that. So, I mean, now you're getting such a positive reaction from your friends. And,
It's like I never knew if they were going to make fun of me or if they were going to make fun of me because I never asked them or told them.
But
now that you did, aren't you glad you did?
Yeah.
I'm so thankful for the show. It literally changed her life and ours. She's so much happier. She understands what's going on, and I just urge parents to not dismiss it if their children say anything like that, because they're hurting.
Yeah, and they need nothing more than a parent's comfort and guidance through
Absolutely.
that. So you are an incredible mother.
Thank you.
Kendall, you are incredible, and you truly have gifts, and that's amazing. Well, everybody, that is a wrap for this special interview. Denise and Kendall, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, join us next week for a brand new episode of EOP. I'm Marley Pinchuk.